Welcome to another episode of Making Sense of It podcast. So, about a week ago, I wrote a transcript about what I was going to talk about on today's podcast. And funny enough, after writing my whole transcript and I was taking a break before the recording, I basically went to Instagram because I had so many notifications on my phone. And upon scrolling, Instagram nowadays show you ads. There was an interesting topic about AI stuff. So for some reason, Instagram shows me AI related content thing. So I checked one out, and this one guy was talking about how AI is advancing and reshaping podcasts. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm keen. And interesting enough, he was talking about how you can take your entire document and upload it into this platform, and it will generate a conversation, like a two-person conversation, into a podcast episode, and they're having a dialogue about the document that was uploaded online. So it's like two people having a natural conversation on the interesting topic that they've read. And I'm like, normally I would scroll up until I heard that it was done by Google. So I'm like, okay. So I checked it out. Actually, it's free. And the platform is called Google Notebook LLM. So I said, cool. I've written this transcript. I went and did my error corrections and, try and make sure that everything is readable, especially with African languages. It's difficult for these audio tools to read African language or African names and things like that. So I try to make sure that I break it down into characters that the system can actually kind of pronounce. So I did it, and then I generated it. The first time I was like, nah, it's quite cool, but there's few incorrect statements that it mentioned. So I removed some of the lines that I've written because I thought that would be something that I would actually record myself, and created some prompt, and they regenerated the audio. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me trying to persuade you of what I've been trying to say, I'd rather let you guys listen to it and try and see what I've been trying to imagine what the topic is about, and let's have a conversation and see, if AI is actually the way to go, especially now that everything is being replaced by AI, as we can see right now. So yeah, I'll attach the audio right after this, and then you can tag us on social media and see, and let's have a conversation. So enjoy.
Okay, so those key ingredients for success we're always talking about. Mm-hmm. Well, get this. This author we're looking at today, they've got this whole fascinating idea about what they call like human minerals, right?
Okay.
And they basically think these minerals are like just as important as any skill set.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is intriguing for sure. What really struck me was how the author connects those human minerals to the idea of community, like building the right community. They're saying that's the real foundation for any kind of success. And you absolutely need to surround yourself with the right kind of people to grow.
It's so true. It's not just talent or hard work. It's the people who've got your back.
Right. Exactly.
And that's where those three human minerals they talk about come in: likability, loyalty, and potential.
Yeah. And I think out of the three, likability is the one that really kind of jumps out, especially now.
Oh, for sure.
in the digital world.
Right.
It's so loud and everyone's competing for attention. It's those people, the ones who are likable, the ones we connect with, they're the ones that stand out.
It's true. And the author had this great example of a salesman who approaches this woman in a store, right? And she just finds like his whole approach so irritating, insincere.
Right.
But the author's point is, if that salesman had been more likable, that whole interaction, it could have gone totally differently.
It's such a good point because it shows how likability isn't just like, being nice.
Right.
It's deeper than that. It's about that genuine connection, building that rapport.
Exactly.
And that can make a difference, seriously, in everything, like from sales all the way to relationships.
Oh, absolutely. And this isn't just like, some anecdotal thing, right?
Yeah.
We see this playing out like huge scale in the digital age. Look at TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Their whole algorithm is built around pushing content from those creators that people, they actually enjoy watching. Creators they find, likable.
Absolutely. And I don't think this is just a trend that's going to, disappear. I think it's only going to get bigger. As tech keeps evolving, the author even suggests we're moving into this whole era where likability, it's almost like it's becoming like a currency, especially as AI gets more, sophisticated.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting because companies are now gathering, it's called likeness data.
Oh, wow.
Basically like the digital fingerprints of our personalities, even our appearances.
Interesting.
And they're using this to create things like AI chatbots, virtual influencers. They're even like recreating the voices of, iconic figures like James Earl Jones for future projects. Have you heard about that Disney deal?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's both really fascinating and kind of unnerving too.
Right.
Like, where's the line? It brings up all these big questions about ownership and control. Like in the digital world, who owns your digital likeness? Can they use it without you saying yes? And what happens when AI starts creating personalities that are, specifically designed to be likable? It's a whole new world, and the author really dives into the potential problems too.
Yeah.
They even mention these lawsuits, like the ones about AI chatbots using celebrity likenesses without permission. It's like we're all still figuring out what are the rules here.
It feels like the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, the author's advice for parents really stuck with me. They really emphasize being careful about what we share online, especially when it comes to kids.
Oh, totally. It's so important because everything we put out there online, it can be, analyzed, it can be monetized. I mean, even weaponized.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. We need to be a lot more thoughtful about what we're putting out there. What could it be used for?
Yeah. It makes you wonder with all this talk about community, likability, the rise of AI. Are we heading towards this future where being likable it's like a literal form of currency?
Well, it's not that crazy when you think about it.
Right.
We already see how likability online, it drives engagement, influences, what people see. And as AI gets better, more complex, I can see a world where our digital selves, shaped by how likable we are, I mean, it could have real world value.
The author even makes this comparison to cobalt, right? It's a mineral, really valuable, used in all sorts of tech these days.
Yeah.
And they say our likability traits must be aligned, almost like we need to mine our own personalities.
Yeah.
For those qualities that make us likable to thrive in this digital space.
It's a powerful image, right?
Yeah.
It really drives home the point that likability, it's becoming a valuable asset, as we're more and more connected.
Yeah.
It's what draws people to you, helps you build relationships, opens doors.
But that also brings up, some ethically tricky questions too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like if companies are collecting this likeness data and maybe even profiting from our likability, should we get a cut? Do we have a right to some of those profits?
That's a debate that's just going to keep getting bigger,
Right.
As we go further into this unknown territory,
Right.
We need to have these honest, open conversations about what it all means ethically, all this new tech.
The author has this really fascinating example of a digital influencer created entirely by AI.
Wow.
And it blurs the line so much between, real and fake, what's authentic. If we can create these, digital personalities designed to be likable,
Yeah.
What does that even mean for like real human connection?
It makes you wonder if we're going to lose something really important, if we start putting engineered likability ahead of those real interactions, between actual people.
And that leads to the author's closing point, where they remind us in the digital world, everything we post it can be monetized.
Yeah.
And their words were, in the future, we're moving into someone will learn how to, and you will pay dearly for it. It's pretty stark warning about, the increasing value of our digital presence.
It ties back to what we were saying before about protecting what we put online, especially for kids. In a world where likability and who you are digitally is becoming so valuable, like a commodity almost, we need to be careful about what we share and what are the consequences of our, digital footprint.
So it seems like likability, it's more than just a personality trait, right? It's evolving. It's becoming something bigger, a valuable asset, in this digital age, and it's impacting, everything from how we connect to like economic opportunities.
Exactly. And as AI technology keeps getting better, the role of likability is just going to keep growing.
It really makes you think, like if we can just engineer likability, does that, I don't know, does it cheapen it somehow?
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
As tech gets more advanced, those things that make us human, empathy, real connection, they might become, I don't know, maybe even more important, even as we're, trying to copy them, replicate them with AI and stuff.
It's like this weird paradox almost.
It's totally.
So, okay, if likability is becoming this new kind of currency, how do we deal with that? How do we build those genuine connections, online and offline, without like getting lost in all this digital noise?
That's the big question, isn't it? Maybe it's about finding a balance, using what technology offers, but not losing sight of, our values, what really makes us connect as people.
It's almost like we need a new kind of, I don't know, literacy.
Oh, interesting.
A likability literacy,
I like that.
to understand like the power of it.
Yeah.
And the dangers too of this human mineral in a world that's just becoming more and more digital.
Likeability literacy. I love that. It's about like being aware of how likability works online, how it gets amplified, all those algorithms, but also remembering how important real, authentic connection is.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you to think about all this,
Yeah.
the implications of likability in this digital age. It's a topic that's always changing, that's for sure, and we're definitely going to keep an eye on it.
Definitely. Until next time, keep building those real connections and remember, the most valuable things, they usually come from what we nurture, what we cultivate within ourselves, and then, share with the world.
Absolutely.